for our chance to pass. This is day one of our trip north for the wildflowers.
You go over the bridge. Yeah, I'll get there, mate.
It's Wednesday, 26th of August, and we've started our wildflower trip up north, featuring visits to Kalbarri and Geraldton. And we've about 120 kilometres out from Perth. It's lunchtime, and we've stopped at Regan's Ford, which is quite a pleasant spot. So we've got a river, perhaps the Moore River, I have to find that out, and there's also toilets and a dump point, so pretty good. But I don't think it's a spot that you can stay overnight, but we'll find out. Just walk down now to the ford. Just coming up to the ford now. It's a sealed road across the river, and water's not covering it at the moment, so you could drive over it if you wanted to. But I noticed the road on the other side is closed, so there's nowhere ready to go. But it's just a little bit of a feature, and the water's flowing quite briskly. I guess a big catchment area behind us, and just a pleasant little bush setting for a lunchtime stop. Good morning. It's day two of our trip to explore the wildflowers for this year, the COVID 2020 year. And we've spent the night at Drummond's Reserve. And it's a 72-hour rest area. And the map here shows us that there's a number of these rest areas. There's 3 or 4 of 72 and several of 24, so presumably all free in the Shire of Dandaragan. And I always like seeing the emblems of the shires, and this one you can see has got the cow, the pinnacles, crayfishing, and looks like wildflowers, so that's rather nice. So we're camped here, and there were 3 other vans here last night, but they've all gone now. And just a lovely bush setting. And here's quite a good little bay here for parking in, and then you can see the open views that you get here. So we love it here, and it's a nice sunny day too. Just a few more, just another view of the Drummond's Reserve. Samia plant. A lot of yellow flowers. And some grass trees over there. And bird sounds. The soil is white, so something I need to understand is the type of soil and the vegetation that goes with it. So it's the end of day two, and we've arrived in Geraldton, and we're at the free 24-hour parking here. And you can see that it is a full house. It filled up around about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There's space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vehicles more or less, and it's right in the centre of the town. Here we are, the self-contained RV parking, and now we're going to take a little walk with the poolies down to the harbour. So here is Marie Pooley, Susan's sister. How are you today, Marie?
Lovely, thank you.
That's good.
I was using my best Aussie accent there.
Let's go. Walk around by the harbour from where we're parked.
I'll bring her back home about 11, so Rosal's got an excuse to get home from the wedding at a reasonable time, so yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that. That wasn't actually...
Here's Mr. Glenn Pooley, a well-known personality around Perth and Rolleston. How are you, Glenn?
Good.
Excellent to hear. Good morning. It's day 4 of our trip, and we are at Drummond Cove, which is in the outer suburbs of Geraldton, and we've spent the night at the Batten Hall non-self-contained motorised camping vehicle parking area, and it's got everything that we need. But let's just have a look at this map. Just gives us an idea of where we are. Drummond Cove, and we've got good toilet facilities, there's water, and a fabulous view of the ocean. It's quite warm now. It was a bit blowy last night, and there are 6 ships out there on the horizon waiting to come into Geraldton, which is the 2nd largest wheat port in Australia. I guess one of the ones in Wollongong or Newcastle would be the one in New South Wales. We'll have to look that up. So how was your night here at Drummond Cove, my dear?
It was beautiful. It was just the right temperature, and loved the sound of the wind and waves overnight.
And did you get some good photographs?
Yes, I got some lovely photos.
And this morning I think you did a little bit of work on your blog.
Yes, and also uploaded a family video for Matthew.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, so we're about to head out now. Though we could have spent until about 3:30. It's a 24-hour place here. It's pretty good, and there's very few other people around, which we like. We're just a little north of Northampton on the way to Kalbarri, and we're taking the scenic route, and it's very picturesque, lovely big winding sweeping landscapes. This is a heritage site commemorating the hiring of convicts in this area, operated between 1853 and 1856, and it's very nicely documented and laid out. It's one of the only places you can see one of these in Western Australia, apparently. There is the camera whiz. It's lunchtime, and we just pulled up at the Pink Lake, just at Port Gregory, and it's quite a spectacular looking lake as far as red is concerned. But it's lunchtime. We've reached Kalbarri after 65 kilometres from Port Gregory, and here is the mouth of the Murchison River, a very popular tourist destination, and quite a magnificent view. Okay, back to the van. Lots to see here on this map. You can see many points of interest. So, need a week, and there's a nice, seems to be a nice coastal walk here. Julie's arrived. Good morning.
Glenn, he's so interested in the horses.
Okay, yes.
Come any closer.
Well, the horses go out about just 9 o'clock. They come up in a line with the riders, and they go out for the, I guess, the morning. It must be rather nice.
Are you a rider? Or
No, I'm not. I've tried and I've given up with horses.
Jeff is. I don't know whether Glenn would like to try or not. He likes looking at them. We've lost him right back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is our little spot?
Yeah.
So we're chopped, so I just need to drive forward slightly so that you can put away the chopped and chops.
This is River Campground, and we have arrived on day 5, meeting up with the poolies, and we're going to go and see the skywalk today. So we're driving now into the skywalk, following the poolies, and this is the road from the main road through to our destination, and quite a nice mixture of plants on either side of the road. A lot of saltbush, a lot of yellow-based flowers. So we're coming into our destination, and we can see the car park down below, sweeping views of the gorge or the river, Murchison River. Skywalk straight on, nature's window to the right. So we've parked, quite a lot of people here, and now we're walking down to the sky view. Welcome to the Kalbarri Skywalk. So what we're going to do, well, here we are here, and we're going to walk just along here, and we get the one there, and then higher up it looks like a little cafe here for the second one. We can see now the first view of the skywalk, and now where's the nature's window, Jeff?
Just over down from the parking area, and you can see people down there.
Oh yes, okay. Well, we'll probably have a look at that later.
Very well. You can see the loop.
Oh yes. So walking out on the first skywalk now. Like it here, Glenn?
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it? Yes, quite marvellous views, and if we didn't jut out from the side, able to see the river as easily as we can now. And it's quite wonderful here. And there's the other skywalk, which we'll walk over to now. So I'm on the second skywalk, and a very nice display here of the wildflowers in the area. And out we come. Let's see the other skywalk and down to the Murchison River below. Just a gentle breeze is pleasantly cooling.
I couldn't read
Afternoon tea,
without boring into tears.
or I should say afternoon coffee, in Kalbarri at the Gorges.
I tried to read Alison under them, but I do quote bits of Alison.
So we're going to go to Nature's Window now, and this is also the start of the Loop Trail, which you can see here. So we are just going to walk this little bit here, but then the Loop Trail, taking about 3 to 5 hours, can take you all the way around. It'd be quite a nice walk to do early in the morning, but it's too hot now at 3 o'clock to do anything too long. So we're heading out to the Loop Trail and down the steps to get going. So did you like the reflection of the tree, Jeff?
Yeah, it's all that greenery up the other side there too,
Hmm.
reflecting in the water.
Just a viewing platform on our way to the bridge. We're now enjoying some shade from the overhanging rocks, and we can also see the river flowing in front of us. So we've also got horses where we're staying. This is riding. More horses. This is the stables for the riding and the owner's house. So this is Big River Ranch. From outside the big ranch, quite a nice, beautiful view down to the walk. The road ends and we come to the path, which we'll now take. Leading down to the Murchison River, which we can see just in the distance. Quite a magical place. So I think she went down here. Like some nice river red gums. A dead end here with a lot of mud. We haven't got our Wellington boots, so try another path. Check on Google Maps, see where. This is rather an interesting plant. Very funny shape. But shouldn't be too hard to look up in the books. And by quite a long walk, we've found the Murchison River.
Not quite worth it to have just found this little spot.
Oh, we've got to the river.
We did, but we've got all that walk back up through the sand and we could miss our way. You can't really see to the river mouth.
Nice view of everlastings here. Couple of emus there. This is Tuesday the 1st of September. Hey, how good is that? Emus at the lookout at Kalbarri. Just walking up now to the lookout in Kalbarri. Well, this is a little bit inland. It's about 5 minutes from where our camping spot, and you can see some great views just coming up now to the top. Here we are at the lookout itself. All very nicely done here, so you get quite a great view. See the Murchison River in all its grandeur. A bit of interpretive information here. Through to the estuary. Day 7 at the lookout, as we said, and we've arrived having a pleasant visit. We've turned off the Northwest Highway, Northwest Coast Highway, and we're now on the road to Nabawa. And this is an example of a road we don't like so much because there's no white line on the left, but there is a little bit of a shoulder which you can pull over at a lower speed if required.
And it's a scenic route.
It is a scenic route, and but we're coming here because we think it's a shorter cut to our destination tonight, though. It's also listed as an alternative route via the Chapman Valley Road to Geraldton, and we will be taking a little bit of the Chapman Valley Road from Nabawa, which will be then following the Chapman River. This is mainly canola and wheat country, but we get some lovely big open vistas stretching right to the horizon. Wheat on our right here. The little hamlet of Nabawa. Must be an Aboriginal word. So I don't quite know how to pronounce it. Road works here.
Slow sign, but it'll do.
Down our side. Here we've got a field of yellow, but it's not canola, it looks like dandelions. So very much yellow is the predominant colour, even on the high vis. Still on the Chapman Valley Road, but some interesting landscape here with the
Kind of flat mountains. Hills.
butts. They probably have a technical word. I learned it at school, but I can't bring it to mind. That's how useful my knowledge is.
Say someone class.
Well done, Captain. Let the people through. Day 8, and we're parked on a little bit of a hill off the Geraldton to Mullawa Road, which eventually goes all the way through to Mount Magnet. So it's quite a gorgeous view here. And we've got a railway line down below. We've had a few trains come through. This would be carting iron ore and in the season the wheat down to the port of Geraldton, which, as we said earlier, Geraldton is the second largest grain port in Australia. So we've got the place to ourselves, which is pretty good, though there is room for others if they wanted to come here. Day 9, so we're about to leave this lovely little parking spot with this view of the railway and the road. Day 10 at Western Flora Camping Ground. Very pleasant place and good facilities and very nice wildflowers to see, and a little bit of interpretive detail as well. A little bit of interpretive signs for the orchids here. And the wattle. Leafy, but capturing us on video, my dear?
Yes, because this is map.
Nice map of the walks that you can do here. So what we did, we went on this walk here, down to here and then along to the falls, then came back along the fence back to the campsite. Nice everlastings. the ocean now from the gravel drive-in road. Big open panorama, it's wonderful. We're now in the mountain, now in the national park, and there's a bitumized scenic drive about 14 k's long to take us through the national park. So it's day 11 and we're at Banksia Reserve on the Cervantes, near Cervantes. So how's it been? Did you have a good night's sleep, my dear?
It was lovely. It was very quiet here. Even though we're on a road, close to a road, there wasn't much traffic and pretty much none overnight.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, it was quite pleasant. We woke up to lots of bird song this morning at dawn. They can get going.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was lovely.
So we'll be on our way in about 5-10 minutes, I'd say. Oh, there was a quick little one. And show you just a little bit around here. So it's not much of a place in a way, but Dan Darrigan, the Shire, have a number of free overnight places. We've shown you this map when we were at Drummond Reserve, which was the first night of our trip, but this is the Banksia Reserve, 24 hours rest, but there's not really any paths to walk through the bush. It's not a bush reserve either. It's surrounded by farming land, and so there's not enough bushland here. So it's good for an overnight, but that's about it. And picnic shelters, which are good. We're on the road through to the Brand Highway, and we've got a wind farm up on the hills here. Coming up to the Brand Highway now. No,
It's
Manabino Road.
Turn right.
Perth 223. So we've got another wind farm on the right here. So it's a windy area, so it makes sense to have them. Getting a closer look at the wind farm here. And a car went. So the canola here is just amazing. dandelions here. Canola here. Must be pretty close to harvest, perhaps, I don't know. It's quite spectacular. So how nice is this? Canola, eucalypts, a rest area, a country road, and parking in order to just stop and enjoy the view. We like Dandaragan. I think it's a enlightened shire. Hello, we're in Dandaragan, having on day 11, and we've come to the what is called a transit park here. So for $20 you get power site and water, and there's also an ablution block, and we're on water and power, and it's quite a nice open area, and there's just 2 vans here, and it's called Red Gum territory, and we have noticed that the trees are a little bit more substantial than the ones we get in the Jarrah forest. So there is a magnificent specimen just in front of us. So we're going to go off for a walk now and explore the town. Welcome to the Dandaragan Transit Caravan Park. So I think we're going to have a very pleasant evening here overnight. Even a bandstand and more of those river gums. And let's go over and have a look at the information kiosk. It's pretty typical of Australian towns. I mean, this is really quite a small town, and yet the football oval is really quite magnificent. So sport is the key to living in country towns and villages.
Okay, I was thinking what a green and pleasant parkland is over here until I realised it's a golf course.
Ah, well, that's why it's so green and pleasant.
That's right.
Sport is king, as we know. So here is the Shire of Dandaragan, and we've shown you the map before, and it's just there's a whole lot of stuff that we can explore here over the next few years. It's a easy day's drive from Perth, and it's a tidy town. It won in 2005 and 2008. So, and here it is, the street that won the award in 2003, Cam Road, tidiest street in 2003. And here is the main road going through this town. So it's a hamlet, really, I suppose, in technical words. And we're going to have a look at the general store. So the Community Resource Centre, which has the public library, tourist information and Shire services. And this project is funded by Royalties for Regions. So Royalties for Regions is pretty useful for country areas. And there's fire preparation on the 7th of October. St Anne's Church and kookaburras. How lovely. Just giving us a warning. More big trees here. Yes, it's rather nice.
And dates from
Where does it date from?
1888.
Okay. Two alpacas and a lamb, or sheep I should say, or more sheep here coming over.
You guys coming over.
Here it is, Dan Darrigan store. Post, petrol, everything you want. The road grader that was used to grade the Dan Darrigan Road, purchased in 1947. I guess quite a collector's item for certain people. Day 12 in the evening, Aura, and we're in the overnight RV parking area. You can stay 3 nights here if you're self-contained, and the town's pretty quiet on a Sunday afternoon, but we've got a food van just over here, and we probably get our tucker tonight from there.